Our founding fathers feared that one day Americans would develop more loyalty to political parties than they have to their own country. And that's, I think, where we are today. And this country and our state are so tired of the partisanship and the divisiveness that's pulling us apart every day and getting nothing done.
How would you describe your politics? I mean, independent can mean almost anything.
Independent can mean a lot of things. That's true. I consider myself a moderate. On a lot of issues, I think there's a lot of common ground, and we fail to find it because we've got two parties where the leaders just dig into trenches and extreme positions, refuse to compromise, refuse to get anything done. I identify with the values of inclusion and equity and opportunity, but also with the values of personal responsibility. And people, I think this should be a country where you can work hard and get ahead.
And have you decided who you're going to caucus with?
I am not going to caucus with either party. So I have decided. I'm not going to caucus with either party. The parties try to convince you that you have to caucus with one or the other. It is not true. We've consulted lawyers at length. I've talked to a former Senate parliamentarian about it. And then they'll say, hey, if you don't caucus with us, you're not going to get a committee assignment. That's also not true. I will get committee assignments. If it comes at the discretion of the majority leader of the Senate, and I think I would get committee assignments. Maryland has an opportunity to have the most influential seat in the U.S. Senate by me not caucusing with either party. Because I'm not going to show up there and report to Chuck Schumer or Mitch McConnell and vote in the straight party line the way my opponent has. Ben Cardin has voted with Chuck Schumer 97% of the time. Sometimes I wonder why we have representatives from different states if they're all just going to vote with their party all the time. I'm going to represent the people of Maryland.
And so talk to me a little bit about you. How long have you been an independent?
I've been an independent almost my entire adult life. I grew up in a household where my mother was a Democrat, my father was a Republican. I turned 18 and I felt like I wanted to vote for the best candidate. I did for a few years register in Montgomery County where I live as a Democrat to vote in the primaries. And then a few years later I became frustrated with the party and I became an independent again. I've always believed you should vote for the best candidate. I've never bought into this idea that we're all supposed to choose one side or the other of 70 different issues and agree with a party on all those things. And I think that Americans has become way too tribal, where they just follow a party leader and choose one side of a myriad of issues. And I think that we're all more complicated than that.
So in that history, who have you voted for that people would use to be the yardstick on how you are?
I voted for plenty of Republicans and for plenty of Democrats, both for president and local offices. I will tell you that I voted for Larry Hogan, and I think he's done a good job as our governor. He's brought us together. I will also tell you I didn't vote for Donald Trump. So I've voted on both sides of the aisle.